Hi guys, my name is Vin and I'm gonna read chapter 1 of this book. Okay? Chapter 1. Showtime. Ling is watching Octonauts. The roof of the majestic theater was Joy's go Wait, turn off the volume of your iPad. Turn down it. The roof Okay, good. The roof of the majestic theater was Joey's go-to spot when he needed to quiet space to think. He had a bit more on his mind than the average 14-year-old boy, so he needed a place like that pretty often. Joey, spent a lot of time up there with a foot on the ledge, staring out at the city in silence. In that one respect, the night was no different from any other, but the night was still young. The theater was not as tall as Joey's apartment building across the river in Hoboken. At home, he had a clear vision of Manhattan's iconic skyline, but he preferred to be on top of the majestic. The city had grown on Joey. The neighboring buildings towered over the theater like a newborn forest, and Joey liked being in the thick of it. He liked the city's energy. Tonight, however, that energy was noticeably absent. It was 11 o'clock on the warm October evening, and New York was eerily quiet. The streets should have been bustling with activity as the nearby theater released their audience, and sidewalks filled with people. Wait, turn off the volume. Anyways, I'm gonna read. Okay, I'm gonna read. The street had been bustling with activity as the nearby theater released their audiences, and the sidewalk filled with people. It's pretty bright. I'm gonna turn down the brightness a little bit on my. Oh, good. I don't want it to be too bright, so I'm turning down the brightness on my computer, which I'm recording on. And the sidewalks filled with people, but wasn't going to happen. The lights had all gone out, and not just on Broadway. An invisible enemy had swept across the globe, shuttering businesses, taking lives, and forcing everyone into isolation. It wasn't an evil scheme by dark magicians that had done it, but a virus. The latest crisis in the world filled with problems that were spinning out of control. For Joey, it was the final straw. People everywhere were desperate for the pandemic to end and life to return to normal. But Joey took a different view. In his mind, normal life wasn't enough. Normal didn't work. And the truth was, it never had. Joey was after something better. You finish brooding up here, Dark Night? Janel asked him. Janel liked to tease Joey for spending so much time up on the roof looking serious. She was convinced that he secretly wanted to be Batman, but really he was more of a Spider-Man. Winston Churchill type. I'm not brooding, Joey said. I'm thinking. You hear that? Jenna paused a moment to listen. I didn't hear anything. I don't hear anything. Exactly. It's like some kind of post-apocalyptic elliptic.
Hi, I'm getting a haircut today. And that's the rain.
We took a haircut, yeah. And I also haven't took a bath. Post-apocalyptical. Oh yeah, if you see this, I don't know what happened. I have got it. I have got it a bit right there. If you don't see it, I don't know if you can see it right, but right there, it's right there. Anyways, we gotta read. Anyways, we're gonna have to read. We're going to read. Yeah, that's where I was. I know, Janel agreed. Post-apocalyptic disaster movie out there. Only it's real. I know, Janel agreed. It's scary how fast everything changed. You know what's scary? How much I miss going to school. I never thought I'd say that. Exemplar Academy, the school for gifted students that Joey and Janel both attended, had switched to all virtual classes when the pandemic began. Only, wow, in this book there is a pandemic. That's true, there's a virus in this book. And in real life there is a virus, COVID-19. And we have to stay home do virtuals. And then, luckily we don't have to do virtual again. And we get to go to school. But in the book, there's a pandemic, which is actually true in the book, which is actually true in real life. So it's like it feels like we're actually in a book. Well, not really, but everything in the book, like the virus and pandemic in the book is like in real life. The virus and the pandemic is real. Alright, I'm gonna read now. And that Joey and Janel both attended had switched to all virtual classes when the pandemic began. Only the students who were working on the vaccine were allowed back in the building. Joey and Janel were not part of that effort, but they had their own plan to make good at the school motto and change the words for the better. Are you ready? Janel asked Joey. I'll be down in a second. I'm just taking one last look. At what? A world without magic. Janel joined Joey at the edge of the roof. She nudged him with an elbow. Was that your Batman voice? Because if it was, it needs work. Stop it. Stop it, Joey complained. I wasn't doing a Batman voice. He narrowed his eyes, trying to look tough. This is my Batman voice. This is my Batman voice, he rasped in gravely tone. Janel laughed. That was even worse. No way, that was quality. I stand by it. Can we stand somewhere besides the roof? Shanzad and Leonora are downstairs in the map room. Their parents just got here. They are here? Why didn't you say so? I just did, Janel gave Joey's arm a tug. Let's go, boy wonder. Did you just demote me from Batman to Robin? Joey whined, stung by the comment. That's cold. Joey followed Janet down to Redondo's old office. Having never met Redondo, she always called it the map room, which made sense because one of its walls was covered with a giant interactive map. It was a mural of secret map. of the world. Leonora and Shazad had painted it using magic. Magic! Brushes, and the map moved just like the original had done, allowing them to zoom in on lost realms, and magic gateways that led all over the planet. There was the room where Joey, Shazad, Leonora and Janelle made all their big plans. A year talking, researching, plotting, and scheming. Not to mention a whole lot of rooftop thinking had finally led to a breakthrough. The Order of Majestic was ready for action. You found him? Leonora said to Janelle as they entered. Where was he? In his office. Janelle smirked. The roof again? Nora asked, pretending to be the dark bat. Joey snorted, trying to keep a straight face. Exactly. That's 100% right. How's it going down here? Everything's fine, Leonora's mother said, smiling warmly at Joey. We're just mapping out our plans for the evening. For the 100th time, Shazad's mom added. How are you, Joey? I'm good, thanks, Joey replied. I'm ready. Hello, Joey, Shazad's father said from a few feet away, where he stood studying the map alongside Leonora's father. Both men waved to Joey. Hi. They both waved it. That means they did that. Both men waved it to Joey and went back to strategizing. I think we need more people at Stonehenge, Zad's father said. Da, Leona, Leonora's father said, agreed. Mom, I'm making a video. Dad's father, Mommy, turn down the volume, please. Please, Mommy. Sorry, guys, I have to tell Mommy to turn off to turn down the phone. Mommy. She's busy. She's busy anyways. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm gonna read. If you hear some background noises, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make you guys not hear any background noises because I'm trying to read my book. Well, there could be a little bit of background noise, but not too much. Okay. Oh no, it's fine. If there's any background noises, it's fine. All right. So the rest of the family will be here, and here, he added, tapping spots on the map. Shazad's father rubbed at his chin, staring at the map. Yes, this is good. This can work. How's everyone else doing? Joey asked. All set? Just about, Shazad said. He spun the staff of Sorcio around in one direction, extending it to the size of a bow staff. Then twirled it back the other way to shrink it down to the length of a ruler. He handed it to Janelle, who thanked him. Are you sure you don't want to take anything else with you? I'm sure, Janelle said. I like this one. It makes sense to me somewhat. Good thing Hype Nova brought it back to us, Shazad said. It was the least she could do, Shazad's mother said, after keeping the caliber shield for herself. She needed more than we did, Shazad told his mother. I know, and you left it in good hands. That's the important thing. But I would have, like, I'm sorry if there's any background noise. My sister and my mom is doing something, so you probably could, I don't know, they're watching something. And you can probably hear background noises. Anyways, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna keep reading until I'll get to chapter 2. This is a read aloud from chapter 1 until we reach to chapter 2. It back to us, Shazad said. It was the least she could do, Shazad's mother said. After keeping the caliber shield for herself, she needed more than we did, Shazad told his mother. I know, and you left it in good hands. That's the important thing. But I would have liked you to have it tonight for protection. I'll be fine, Shazad reassured his mother. I'm ready for tonight. Are you sure? Are you ready? Leonora asked Joey. Everything taken care of at home? Your parent all tucked in safe and sound? Joey nodded. That tea you gave me worked like a charm. That's because it was one. Leonora grinned. Leonora's mother said something in Russian. Joey didn't understand the words, but he knew a reprimanded when he heard one. From the way the grin slipped it off Leonora's face, Joey knew he was right. What? Leonora said. Dreamleaf is a natural sleep aid. It's harmless. She had given Joey and Janelle a special blend of enchanted tea leaves that her family kept in their pantry. It was amazing stuff, guaranteed to put anyone who drank it to sleep within minutes. Okay, I wanna try. I'm gonna pretend I have tea leaves, like the book said. Oh, dream leaves. Pretend I have dream leaves. I'll just put it in my mouth, and then dream leaves. In this book, it says that dream leaves can put you to sleep within minutes. I'm not actually gonna sleep now. I'm gonna read, but only if they were in a in in a safe place. Also, they would wake up immediately if they were in danger. My parents had 2 cups each. They like it so much, Janelle said. They should be out for the next 48 hours at least. Same here, Joey said. And while they sleep, everything's going to change. Leonora's mother said. They're going to wake up in a whole new world, Joey shrugged. More like the old world back again. But yeah, that's the plan. You're not concerned about what they're going to say? Leonora's mother asked. It's going to be quite the rude awakening. And then when they find out you are responsible, Mashika, I don't know how you pronounce it. Mamushka, Leonora said. If Joey had to explain himself to his parents when this is over, that would be a very good thing. I'm just worried about all of you, Leonora's mother said. Our plans tonight are dangerous. Joey's and Janelle's parents deserve to know the truth of what you are doing. They can't handle the truth, Joey said, making a rare non-comic book movie reference. You don't know, Leonora's mother said. They might surprise you. We faced our share of difficult audience over the years, and always we've been able to reach them. My daughter might disagree, but not everything has to be a fight. We've been through this, Leonora said, and tonight does. On stage, Leonora's family was known as the Nomadics. They perform all over the world, hiding magic in plain sight, inspiring a belief in the impossible. Their shows kept keep magic alive in the people's hearts. But their influence was always limited to a single town or village at a time. The act had never been enough for Leonora. She wanted to take on the forces that held back. Directly getting her parents to come around to her way of thinking had not been easy, but she had done it. Convincing Joey's parent to do the same was out of the question. Mrs. Buckle, my mom and dad would never let me go ahead with this, Joey explained. They wouldn't understand. They can't understand. Not yet. They will. In time, Shazad's mother said. It's all right, she added to Leonora's mother. Sometimes people needed to be shocked into seeing things differently. Look at us. Before Camelot, we never would have approved of this crusade. Now we are lending the children magic artifacts to take with them into battle. Speaking of which, Jadet's mother placed one last item into Joey's overstuffed backpack and handed it to him. Joey peeked inside and thanked him. I'm gonna peek inside. This is what Joey does. Peek inside his backpack and see what is inside. And Joey peeked inside and thanked her. It was loaded with enchanted objects. For generations that hasn't, I love magic. Like, if magic, I think magic is real, right? I don't know how to do magic, actually. So, the Hazen had acted as the guardians of rare and powerful magical items. They travel around the world, collecting them and keeping them out of the wrong hands. Up until now, that had been as far as they were willing to go. But the secrets that Joey, Shazad, and Leonora had uncovered in Camelot had changed everything. A pity the rest of the world didn't learn from Camelot, Leonora's mother said. If they had, we wouldn't have to do this. We got the crowd warmed it up. Leonora told her mother, Tonight, we hit them with the showstopper. Joey was inclined to agree. Camelot had been a good start, but it was only a start. A Lost Kingdom's inexplicable return had led many people to conclude its existence was magical in nature. Before the pandemic had curtailed travel, millions of visitors had journeyed from all over the world to see the castle with their own eyes. Most of them went back home open to the idea that magic was real. However, for every new believer, there were countless others who refused to entertain the possibility. It wasn't hard to see why. The modern world, with its many problems, beat magical thinking out of people, and powerful forces conspired to push them away from the truth. Well-funded social media companion in the bullish new organizations spread misinformation and lies, claiming that Camelot was a publicity stunt for an upcoming movie or some kind of elaborate prank. I'm gonna check what chapter will go. I'm gonna read this book to chapter 2. I think I said that a lot. On page 34 I'll stop because that will be in chapter 2. And this will be a read aloud from chapter 1 until it reaches chapter 2. People accepted these People accepted these ridiculous explanations because they understood them. They fit with a picture of reality that the general public already knew and believed. Joey saw Ledger Demain's handiwork in all of it. As the leader of the invincible hand, Demain had connections everywhere. His considerable resources, plus the natural suspicion that people held for things they didn't understand, made for powerful combination. That was how the invincible hand had kept the world's magic to themselves for so long. By leveraging the twin powers of manipulation and denial. After Camelot, there had been flare-ups of magical happening all around the world, but they were quickly swept under the carpet. Okay, and pushed out of the news cycle. For example, Janel and Joey's alternative energy project at Caltech had been taken over by the government and shut down. Wow. They were told it was due to safety concern and national security interest. But Joey knew it was just more behind the scenes maneuvering by Ledger Demaine and the invincible hand. That setback over a year ago had lit the fuse for tonight's mission. The Order of the Majestic couldn't beat the invisible, hand. Inch by inch, one step at a time, they had to do something big, something no one could explain away, deny, or cover up. It was always going to come to this, Joey said. That's why the Order of Majestic exists. It's why I had the wand. Joey stopped short of calling it destiny. But there were definitely times when it felt that way. This night had been 1,000 years in the making. Ever since the mad emperor of a lost, forgotten country had decided there were too much magic in the world, Joey joined in Leonora's and Shazad's father at the map and told the story of a great injustice and where and what could be done to set it right. In the beginning, there were 3 cursed objects strategically placed at key points around the world, Joey said, running through their plan of action one last time. 3 dark magic markers that blocked the flow of magical energy. We destroyed one of them at Camelot last year. The other two are here and here. Joey pointed out targets in the North Pole and somewhere between Hawaii and Japan. If everything goes according to plan, Shazad and Leonora will take them both out tonight. Don't say it. Say if. Shazad said, there's no if we're doing this. Security around the Dark Makers was on high alert after Camelot. But how? But now? He shook his head. It's a skeleton crew. They're not ready for us. The next 24 hours are going to be very interesting, Leonora said. His father chuckled. You don't have to tell us. He and Shazet's father stepped away from the map so everyone could see what they had done to it. Using the magic paintbrushes, they had marked it up the map like two generals laying out troop position in the battle plan. Not nomadics and Hazen were stationed all over the world in places that were strong in magic and steeped in lore. We'll be there to greet the new world and when it gets here. And we'll make sure everyone gets to see it, Joey added. He kept his eyes on the map, trapping the imagine nation as it moved slowly across the Atlantic Ocean. A year ago, the magical roaming island had vanished from the map by the time the paint on the wall had finished drying. It had been gone most of the time since then, but it had recently resurfaced without warning or explanation. Joe and his friends took it as a sign. Another another reason to believe it was the time for them to act and give magic back to the world. I can't believe this is actually happening. Channel said, no more planning waiting. We're going to change the world tonight. No sense in putting it off any longer. Joey took the wand out of his sleeve. He has a wand? Wow. We're going to change. I said that already. I hadn't used this thing all year. I've never saving it for this. Chances are after tonight, I'll never use it again. Everyone got quiet when Joey produced the wand. His choices Everyone quiet when Joey produced the wand. His choice of words was a sobering reminder of the danger isolated with its use. I think I speak for everyone when I use the restraint you've shown with the wand had been remarkable, his mother said to Joey a few moments later. The adults in the room all nodded in agreement. Joey felt a butt coming on. He was right, but are you really sure you want to go with this plan? All of it. Surely it's enough just to destroy the dark magic markers. Joey shook his head. This one has unfinished business in the imagination nation. 1,000 years ago, Maryland used it to hide the island away from the world. I'm going to bring it back. I know it's hard to understand, but sometimes I have to do it. I have to do. I understand why you don't want to tell your parent, Leona's mother said with grudging approval. I'll be the first one to tell them when it's over, Johnny promised. I'm not looking to sacrifice myself for the cause. On that note, check it out. He pulled up his sleeve, revealing a green rectangular mark on his inner forearm. Everyone leaned it for a closer look. You got a tattoo? Janelle asked. When did this happen? 5 minutes ago, up on the roof. It's not ink. I used the wand to do it. Joey, Janelle gave him a shove. You can't be using the wand on pointless stuff like that. It's not pointless, Joey said. It's like the power meter in a video game. This mark lets me know exactly how much energy I had left. Every time I cast a spell, the green mark goes down based on how much magic I use. See, it's not quite 100% full. After a close examination, everyone saw there was a black border around the green bar on Joey's arm. The color measured how much Joey had used the wand, going almost to the top of the rectangle, but not quite. So when the power ran out, Cesar prompted, "Game over." Joey dot. He pulled his sleeve back down. The idea is for it not to run out. The room got quiet again. Everyone knew what it meant if Joey pushed himself too far with the wand. "Stick out your hand," Nora told Joey. He did as he was told. She put her firestone pendant in his palm. "I want you to take this." Joey looked down at the priceless magical weapon. He was stunned. Leonora's firestone was a volcano family heirloom that had saved their lives on more than one occasion. Giving it to him was an incredible gesture. "Lee, this is too much. I can't." "I'm only lending it to you," she said. "The idea is for you to bring it back." "Right, I knew that," Joey said, feeling a little foolish. He should have known she was giving him the stone. She probably wanted to hand it down to her children one day. "I appreciate the offer, but I already have this whole bag of tricks." He lifted the backpack that Shazad's mother had packed for him. "So, now you've got one more," Lenora said. "Between that and what's in the bag, you got no excuse to use the wand. Not unless it's absolutely necessary." "Don't you need the stone? What if I lose it?" Leonora's eyes narrowed. "You better not," her father said. "Then she'll kill you." Joey put the pendant around his neck. "Thank you. I'll put it to good use." Wow. So the pendant saves you. It's like the saver pendant. If you don't use the so, sorry guys, I have to go. I have to go eat. I'm going to have to eat, so I'll stop there. I'll stop it right there. And then I haven't remember it's still chapter 1. And I haven't finished chapter 2. I haven't gone to chapter Yeah, like I said, squishy. I haven't went to chapter 2 yet of the book. So I'm gonna this is gonna be part 1, okay? Bye.